All right, Lady Ada, what is this?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Show and Tell. It's me, Lady Ada, with me, Mr. Lady Ada, here on camera control, audio control. We're at the Adafruit factory. As you can see behind us, not a green screen, real factory behind us where we do all our manufacturing of the electronic goodies you love to use in your projects, Adafruit stuff. But for the next 20-ish minutes, we're going to check in with people from our community who are going to video in and show us what they're working on, whether it's machine learning, or shipping products, or synthesizers, or hands. We're going to find out what they're doing. So let's kick it off with Kevin from DigiKey.
Yeah, we have some special guests tonight. First
special guest, Kevin from DigiKey.
Kevin, what you doing?
Hey, guys. Hey, how's everybody doing?
Hey.
Good. So a couple of weeks ago, I showed you guys the DK Favicon logo that I had 3D printed.
Yeah.
And as promised, I have it connected to Adafruit IO.
Ooh.
So if you want to share my screen, I'm going to zoom in on it, or it won't focus good enough.
Okay.
Come on, camera focus.
Big.
There we go. So with Adafruit IO, I have it set up so each color I can change to basically whatever I want. And you can see with Adafruit IO working over the internet and then back to the board, it's quick. It's like seconds. I was quite impressed with it. So now I have this DK board. I'm using the Feather ESP8266. And it seemed to be the best one. I tried a few different boards, but that Feather seemed to cooperate the best with my limited skills. So
all right. Well, whatever
this used to be impossible, and now it's easy. So good work, Kevin.
Nice work.
So it's pretty cool to see, be able to do this on the fly, and it's quite simple to do. You guys have some great tutorials, and all these parts are available through Adafruit or through DigiKey.
Yeah. And special thanks to DigiKey. We have an Ada box coming up. We also do the Great Search, and that's becoming one of the more popular segments because if you're going to find something, you're probably going to find it on DigiKey, but you can use Lady Ada's skills to help you find that and more. So thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, and we're really looking forward to the next Ada box. It's going to be exciting.
I wonder what it is.
Okay. All right, we'll see you next week, maybe.
All right, take care, guys.
All right, next up, special guest, Jenny from Edge Impulse. Hello, Jenny.
Hey, Jenny.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Jenny's going to talk about an event that Adafruit's part of with Edge Impulse and I think Sony and more. Take it away, Jenny, and thanks for coming by Show and Tell, by the way.
So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about our event on July 28th. We are working with Sony and Adafruit to put on this workshop. We just recently released support for the Sony Presence board with Edge Impulse. So that includes full support for our camera, microphone, and onboard accelerometers as well.
Yay.
So we're just going to go through and talk about how we can use an Edge Impulse and the sensors on the Sony board to make embedded machine learning models.
Okay, right on. We're going to put this on our blog. We'll have a reminder. And then for the folks out there, when you're thinking about hardware choices, so on the Sony Presence, you can run Arduino on it. You can run CircuitPython. You can put machine learning stuff with Edge Impulse. So there's a lot of things you can do. And we also stock them in the Adafruit store. So
We do.
All right. Thank you so much. Jenny, what's your cat's name? We have
What's my cat's name? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, what's your cat's name?
That's Blue Jean.
Blue Jeans. Okay.
Get out the counter.
Yeah, no. We're doing a machine learning thing that helps people keep cats off the counter. So maybe we'll show you that project later.
There's no way. They do it when I'm sleeping. There's no way.
I use machine learning to help you.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
And tune in. A lot of the show and tell is what pets people have in the background. So
awesome.
Right.
Thank you, Jenny.
Okay, thank you, Jenny, and thank you, Blue Jeans the cat. Next up, JP, what you got going on this week?
Hey, so I got my cat named Lars sitting right over there.
Yeah, that's not a cat. That thing eats cats.
It's not a cat. He's pretending just to sneak into my life and my heart.
Yeah.
He's very dangerous. Please send help. So what I've got going on today, this you may recognize. This was a little macro pad keyboard I built using the Pico and a custom PCB I built a few months ago, and I put out a guide on how to build that. And the software that I showed in that was working as a USB HID keyboard. But the other day I decided to write some new software for it that allows it to work as a USB MIDI keyboard, but not just a regular MIDI keyboard that kind of plays chromatically through all the notes of the piano. But I wanted to make one that makes it easy for someone like me who doesn't play piano, doesn't play regular keyboard, to still not hit any wrong notes. So if you've studied any musical theory, you may know about the different modes, so that you can have things like a C major scale, a C minor scale, a C Lydian scale, a C Phrygian scale. And these are all sort of subsets of a 12-note chromatic scale that kind of all work together and set a certain mood. And so what I've got here is actually a keyboard that you can configure when you boot it up. So if I hit the little reset button there, it's now waiting for me to pick any note. So let's say that's the key I want this in. So I'll hit this bottom right key as an enter, and now I can pick a mode, and it'll preview those modes for me. So if I hit the first note, that's going to give you a major scale. That one's minor. I think that one's Mixolydian. So when I like the scale that I've picked there, or the mode I've picked there, again, I hit enter. And now it's 3 octaves of that. So you can create little jams, little ditties without needing to actually commit the keys to memory and know how to play them on the keyboard.
You can always be Vangelis without having the hair.
Pocket Blade Runner.
Exactly. Yep.
It'll work.
And that'll run kind of any synth. I just have it plugged in using a free synth on this computer here that's called Helm. But there are also hardware synthesizers that can host USB keyboards. So pretty much anything that can host a USB MIDI device, you can plug this in and play. And so tomorrow on my show, on the workshop show, I'll be digging into this more and showing some of the details of how that works, how I created that, and then hopefully I'll start a guide on that and maybe port that to some of our other keyboardy kinds of things, like our little macro pads and stuff like that, our little 1x4s, so that people can play some cool jams.
All right, thank you so much, JP, and welcome back. This week we have your product pick of the week, and then we'll continue to put in the clips from the show starting next week since we're back this week.
Great, thanks all.
Thank you, JP.
Thank you, JP.
All right, Noe and Pedro. Oh, I just saw it. Was that your dog?
Yeah, sorry. He thinks it's time. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, we were showing a prototype of a super cool project that Dylan had worked on. We just made the case for this. Right at the end of July, just looked up LeVarn, you guys know from Star Trek and Reading Rainbow, is going to be hosting Jeopardy! One of my son's favorite
Everybody
shows.
Watch it. If it's the highest rated one, maybe they'll do what they should do, which is make it.
He's always asking if it's playing or not. But Lamar had an idea of having making like the buzzers that they use on the show with us, or play down blue fruit. So whoever presses the button first, it'll light up the color of the contestant or the player. And what's really cool is with the CPB that you can. The cool thing that Dylan added was the ability to change modes to have like Bluetooth HID keys being sent. So if you are playing like the game on a computer, it'll send the actual keys over there. And you can turn that on and off with the mode select little on and off switch that's on the CPB. The reason I requested that is because it was sending like commands to my phone and like it almost locked me out. But awesome, cool feature that you can do that. You can turn that on and off. And then, of course, everything's snapped it together, all 3D printed. You have a stemma speaker on the bottom, so you can have that audible play. And it's a super cool little way to get ready for Jeopardy!
I like how it's going to get the sound effects. Is that what the handles look like? It's like, it's hard. They're always hidden in the hands.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. A little bit bigger, but this is slimmed down.
But handheld,
Yeah, it's all snapped together and screw fit together, so everything's super modular. We've actually built this with the bolt-on kit. So if you're using this like in an education like setting, you can keep reusing the CPB for different projects. So it's a good way to reuse the electronics. And we just launched the video and the guide today, so check all that out.
I do like the solder-free projects. Good work, Noe and Pedro and Dylan. It was a good team up. This was on our list for a very long time. Yeah. And I was like, with Jeopardy and LeVar Burton hosting it, I thought this is a really good way to maybe have something ready for when that happens. We can play along. Absolutely. Practice your lesson.
All right, and then quick up. I asked Noe and Pedro to send me an AirTag via UPS ground, and so we tracked this all the way up to New York. It took I-95, and this, parasitically, anonymously hops onto people's iPhones and sends its location. However, we're trying to figure out, now that it's in my hand, if they say like beep, why doesn't it beep? So we don't know why it's not doing that yet. But we'll see. Maybe it just takes a while. Maybe Apple changed some stuff. If it's out of state, maybe it doesn't beep. Who knows? But we did this experiment. And my tip for everyone is, because I just read about these students who had their CubeSats lost by FedEx. If there's something that really, really matters, tossing in one of these, although not free and not cheap, it's a lot cheaper than losing your year's worth of student CubeSats. So I'm thinking that this might be a neat hack to keep track of that absolutely needed package. And if it gets lost, you still want to find it. And it
remember, I guess we sent some art to a gallery and DHL lost it for a month. And by the time it arrived, the gallery show was over.
Yeah. So anyways, neat idea. We're going to find out more, but this just arrived and it has it all the way leading up to Adafruit, but after it got here, unknowns. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll keep trying. I'll keep trying throughout the show. So if you hear an audio, that's me.
Yeah, I mean, all there is beeps around here. Okay, cool.
That's pleasant.
Thanks.
All right, Scott's hand.
Hello. Can you hear me too?
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay, let me unlock my phone. So I wanted to show off, this is largely Antonio's work, but what we have here is the latest version of Glider. And I actually have this Feather NRF 52840 that it's actually just connected to. So what I can do now is I can list the files here. If I just want to read code.py, I can list it. It's nice and quick. There is actually a progress bar now as well. So let me switch to a different file.
Oh, look at that nice file browser.
Yeah, so you can. It actually works now. It was broken there, but
no. But I'm saying that's why you're showing it off. It's working.
Yeah, here's the current contents, and there's just some stock content. So if we do this, what is going to happen is CircuitPython is going to restart because we're writing a file. So you'll see it actually reconnect pretty quickly and without any sort of interaction that I have to do. So that's really cool. And then if I go back.
And where's the board that you're connecting to? Sorry.
It's right under my hand.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
But I can move it further away.
No, it's just, I actually was
across my desk.
I was like, everything is not plugged in on your desk. I was like, what is it? Okay, cool.
So it's 3 feet away. I don't know.
Okay, and it's working. Bluetooth.
Yeah, it's working. I'm pretty happy with it. I've got a couple other I's to dot and T's to cross, but then I'll get a pull request out by the end of the week.
Yay!
And I'll be streaming on Friday. All this stuff, and it'll probably be very hot. So that increases the likelihood that I dump water on my keyboard. So that's always entertaining.
Yum.
All right.
Got to keep your keyboards watered.
Thank you so much, Scott.
All right, thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Let's go to Liz. Hello, Liz.
Hi, how's it going?
What you got going on this week?
So I'm working on a project, Noe and Pedro, for a macro keypad, and that'd be cool to have a screen. And every time you press the button, you get a new frame of the party parrot. So as you're typing or sending MIDI things, you get a dancing parrot.
Good.
Unfortunately, my webcam's washing out the colors a little bit, but we are doing the full beautiful party colors. But
I see the party parrot. It's moving. It's dancing. It's partying.
Let's do it.
Good work. Type faster. This versus Bongo Cat. I don't know. Both are pretty cool.
Well, that'd be a cool showdown with people maybe MIDI drumming.
That's right. All right. Thank you so much, Liz. And sorry, I sent you an email just right today because I was just running late during the week. Sorry, but I sent it to you.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks, Liz. Thanks for the
I'll
update.
talk to you later.
All right. Next up, Bummy Guy.
Yeah, what you got going
and
on this
Bummy
week?
Guy.
All right. Hello.
Desk.
I have a actually first I need to say a huge shout out to Noe and Pedro. They designed this this crank arm, and this thing's really cool. It can bend back and forth, and it free spins there. That's super neat.
That's when we saw the Playdate come out. We're like, we should just make a crank for other stuff, and we did.
Yeah, so I've got a rotary Trinky inside of here, and we can hook it up to the phone. I'll plug it in. Just have an OTG cable to a phone. And the way we have it set up is basically to try to train yourself to use social media and devices less. So as soon as I plug it in, it's going to start changing the brightness on my device to go down, and it forces me to have to crank it. So if I start cranking it here, if I get going fast enough, then it will eventually stop changing the brightness down. And if I go even faster, then eventually it will make the brightness go up. So it's kind of a way to make it inconvenient. Try to train yourself.
It's like, okay, I'll look on social media, but I have to do some cranking.
Yep, exactly right. So working on the guide, hoping to have it wrapped up this week on that one.
All right, cool. And this is neat because
doing
it's
some testing on that.
it's actually a
iOS.
demo of HID on iOS and Android to do brightness control, which is interesting because we're using the media commands for brightness that we weren't sure were supported. So we actually had to like there's no documentation that says it works, but it turns out it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also got the inspiration from this paper where they were saying like, hey, maybe everyone shouldn't scroll on Twitter so much because it's kind of killing everybody like mentally. So anyways, good work on this. Maybe we can help some folks figure out what's important, or just like they'll have very strong arms from cranking this little tiny camera.
Or it could be a cool accessibility thing. I just thought it was neat to see like, can we plug a Trinky into a mobile device? And the answer is yes.
Yeah.
For sure. Yep. Thank you.
All right, good work, Foamy Guy.
All right, Mark, how's it going? And congratulations on your first open source hardware certification.
Yeah, thanks. I wasn't around last week, really, so I really wanted to say thanks for that. It was great to have you guys feature that, and I was so happy about it.
Yeah, we have it here.
So
up
this week, I've been working on the lamp, and I've got a bunch of plastic. So I've been experimenting with various types of plastic to see what would look best. So if anyone's wondering, the top left is propylene. I probably butchered how I was saying that. The next two are polycarbonate. They're both, the two on the left are both about 0.5 millimeter thick. And the one on the right is actually probably only 1/10 of a millimeter thick. And then the bottom right is the white LED acrylic that Tap Plastic has. It's also about 0.5 millimeter thick. So let me bring up. Of course, now it's not going to come up.
I feel like we're watching a particle accelerator channel.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, how's that going?
And okay, let me try turning my camera on and off again and see if that actually, when in doubt, reboot.
Yeah, turn the router on and off.
Do you want to just hold it up in front of your camera?
Oh, you know what? If I actually start the right camera, that would work a lot better.
Okay,
so yeah, I've now got the LED plastic inside the lamp. The LEDs inside are just free, or just hanging there right now, so it's not working. It's not an even light. But yeah, this plastic works great if you just need something you want the lights to be really diffuse behind. They're only a couple inches away from the side. So yeah, the lamp is slowly coming along and looking a lot better.
Looks great.
Yeah, the plastic works great. So
that's good.
I know some people are asking about it. So it's incredibly flexible, bendable. It's easy to cut. It's less than 1 millimeter thick. So yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll get some of that too, because people are showing off the black acrylic, and then that was so cool. We use it now and we stock it for the Matrix LED panels. So we'll check out this white stuff too.
Yeah, the white stuff is great.
All right, thank you, Mark.
Thank you so much, Mark, and thanks again for sending us this show and tell thing. I was having a rough day that day when this came in the mail. I was just like, you know what? It was all worth it.
Yeah, I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I had a blast making it.
Yeah, this is really cool. All right, well, thank you, Mark.
Thanks a lot.
All right, that's show and tell, everybody. Thank you so much for joining this week. This is our favorite half an hour of the week every single week. We'll see all of you on Ask an Engineer in just a few minutes.
Thanks, everybody.
See you next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The longest running and largest show and tell in the world.
It's right.
You can actually me on Twitter, but it's true.
Do it, I guess. Go for it.
But it's true.
But you're wrong.
All right. We'll see everybody later.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.